Hey YouTube, welcome to Cafe Enoma and welcome to our reaction to Tina Turner. We are going to react to the song Private Dancer. Let's get started with our first time single take honest reaction to this song of Tina Turner, Private Dancer. Let's get started.
Well, the men come in these places, and the men are all the same. You don't look at their faces, and you don't ask their names. You don't think of them as human. You don't think of them at all. You keep your mind on the money, keeping your eyes on the wall. I'm your private dancer, a dancer for money. Do what you want me to do. I'm your private dancer, a dancer for money, and any old music will do. I wanna make $1 million. I wanna live out by the sea, have a husband and some children. Yeah, I guess I want a family. All the men come in these places, and the men are all the same. You don't look at their faces, and you don't ask their name. I'm your private dancer, a dancer for money. I'll do what you want me to do. I'm your private dancer, a dancer for money, and any old music will do. I'm your private dancer, dancer for money. Do what you want me to do. Just a private dancer, a dancer for money, and any old music will do. Dutch marks are dollars, American Express will do nicely, thank you. Let me loosen up your collar. Tell me, do you wanna see me do the shimmy again? I'm your private dancer, a dancer for money. I'll do what you want me to do. I'm your private dancer, dancer for money, and any old music will do. I'm your private dancer, dancer for money. Do what you want me to do. I'm your private dancer, a dancer for money, and any old music will do. I'm your private dancer, dancer for money. I'm your private dancer.
Wow, this definitely takes you into a dingy dark room and puts you right in front of this private dancer who's talking to you about her job, her life, her dreams. She wants to live by the sea, she wants to make $1 million, live by the sea, have a family, have kids. All those dreams, those aspirations, and she's willing to do anything on the job, possibly to get there, to satisfy her clientele, her clients, her customers, whatever you want to call them. She's willing to do anything. She's going to dance anyway. She's going to do the shimmy again, possibly a sensual or erotic dance move, I suppose. She's going to do anything because she's a private dancer. I'll do whatever you want me to do. She kept saying it again and again. Definitely takes you deep into the life of a person like this. In India, in some parts of India, including Mumbai, there are several dance bars. We call them dance bars. It's not a dance club. It's nothing to do with that. It's a dance bar where their drinks are served. Usually beer is the main drink. It's not hard drinks that you get there. It's mainly beer. And there are these girls, young girls, sometimes even middle-aged women who dance on the stage. There's a small stage. Usually it's very small. In Mumbai at least the dance bars are very tiny, very, very small, and they are overcrowded at most times. They operate till the late hours of night and early hours of the morning. And it's funny because these places are usually owned by people in the government, whether police officials, municipal officials, etc. Anyway, the private dancers are a lot over there. During my college days and even later on, I happened to go to quite a few of these dance bars. It was actually a trendy thing to do for youngsters back then in the late 90s and early part of this century. So you would go there and there would be these these girls who would be, sometimes you would realize later on after going there many times and possibly talking to them, you'd realize they were kidnapped, they were sold by their parents. All kind of horrific stories come out. But at the same time, just like her, they have dreams. They are willing to do almost anything for their clientele as long as they are paid for it. But they have their own dreams, their own aspirations, which must be pretty similar to this private dancer's dreams. To have a home, to have a family. A home by the sea would be nice with a nice view. So she wants all that in her future. But right now, she's willing to do the shimmy again for you. She's willing to do anything for you as long as you pay to keep you satisfied.
There are certain artists that just have a knack of drawing the attention of the listener, and Tina Turner has definitely got that. Because while listening to the song, you just don't want to think about anything. It's thought-provoking when it comes to the lyrics, and the way she sings, it's just enthralling. It just captures your imagination. It captivates you throughout the song, which is a great quality of a singer, of a musician. Because not every song does that to listeners, and who better to know than me and Savio, because we do listen to all kinds of music from all genres, and we try and keep it worldwide as well, not just from one part or two. I completely understand where she's coming from, and like Savio said, these cultures are not just in the Western countries, but also I think around the world in different form or the other. These the practices have continued from the, I don't know, times immemorial or whatever, where men wanting to or getting pleasure from watching women dance has been kind of a thing, from the times of the gods. You listen to mythological stories about Apsaras dancing in the heaven or, God's paradise, to even today dance bars or strip clubs. The dance bars that you're talking about are the toned down version of, I would say, the strip clubs that exist in the Western countries. Many countries where it is completely alright to visit a strip club.
Yeah, and dance bars, there's no stripping as such. It's only about dancing.
It's the toned down version.
You'll have the Bollywood item songs, you'll have the Bollywood popular songs playing.
Dancing raunchily,
no English songs also. It's always, usually almost 99% I think it's Bollywood songs and item numbers, what they call item numbers in Bollywood, playing non-stop almost like a medley. And these girls just come out and dance, and they work in shifts. So after 1-2 songs they go out when they're tired. So they put in everything into it, because the more they perform, the better they perform, the more they can wow the customers, the more tips they get. So it's all about that energy, that enthusiasm, what they do with their body, their hands, their eyes. And many of them are well trained also, and you have some of these dancers in the dance bars who actually were so good that they would actually even be taken for some movies later on, as a dancer. So in item numbers and all, they would actually pick up these girls from the dance bars to act to dance in the songs. So that is how popular some of them were in those days. Yeah, I don't know how it is now. The last 15-20 years I haven't really stepped into any of these places, and I don't know what's happening.
Although they are partially not legitimized, partially are.
Yeah.
Some things, the laws are different. So it's not openly encouraged to have those things, because the way it all functions, the process of it is quite horrific, and it never really goes by the law or by human rights. But these things, I fail to understand the psyche of men who enjoy or get pleasure by watching these women dance. That is what I don't understand. Here too, it was all about the private dancers. She does not care who comes, who not. She just has to dance. She has to just perform all the time. She's willing to do any move, anything that may please the customer, and that's all is her business. She doesn't give too much importance who's watching, as long as they are happy and they're going to pay for it. So I really don't understand those who pay for it. What are they looking for? What exactly were they trying? What kind of escape was it? What is exactly so pleasurable to watch somebody else dance is beyond my apprehension. When it comes to men who actually go out and they pay a lot. I know people paying a lot. I know it could get more intimate or something like that, but some people pay even without that. What is it that they pay for? What exactly were they thinking? What exactly is their situation that they are willing to pay a lot of money? It's not always it has to be a bad reason or a wrong reason. Sometimes some men are so into it that they go there just so that they can, change the lives of these women, because they have gotten into it for so many years that they don't even have any more desires left. But they are into it like any other part of, any other hobby or any other activity, that they have completely given themselves into it.
From whatever I remember of dance bars, definitely at times you felt that all of them came with a ready-made story. So whenever they came close to you to sit with you for some time, or you had to buy them a drink so that they could sit with you, they would come up with a ready-made sob story. So I felt it was sometimes at the beginning,
A lot
of
of it
course,
is true as well.
I didn't go that regularly to know exactly what it is, but looking back, I think what Kirti is saying is quite possible. And maybe they just made up those stories, that they were kidnapped, they were sold by their parents, so that you have more sympathy for them and you throw more money
A lot
on
of
them.
men, I know,
You give
they
them more
are not
tips.
looking for any other desire.
So
They're there
it's not only
that
about
they
the
can change
dancing,
things.
it's about their stories, what all they come up with, their dreams, their aspirations. So you want to kind of like fulfill
Help
it for
them
them.
out, yeah.
If you have the
It
money,
becomes
of
your
course.
purpose.
If you don't have the money, like we didn't have much money in those days. It was just, as I said, for us, it was like a trendy thing. Everyone seemed to be heading there. It seemed to be coming in movie scenes and all that. So you wanted to check it out. And when we went there, it was crazy, chaotic, because you see all these girls, full of guys, dancing, mingling, talking, and it's in dark, dingy rooms with very loud music. It's chaotic. It's chaotic. It's worse than a discotheque or a pub or something. So, but it was trendy, very, very trendy. I remember those years, the late 90s, early part of the century. These things were huge. I think almost every man, every guy went into these dance bars in those years. No matter how what their background was, what they were doing, not doing, whether they were married or single. I think almost every man happened to go to these dance bars, because you would have 10, 20 of them in each station area of the city. It was that populated, and all of them were jam-packed. And of course, if you spend a lot of time there, you're spending a lot of money. So private dancer, leaving aside all these stories of dance bars and private dancers, the guitar work in this was pretty good. It reminded me a lot of Pink Floyd, Dire Straits. Recently we heard Jeff Beck. It reminded me of all these artists, especially the British rock bands of the 60s, 70s, psychedelic rock bands, or what do you call them? The progressive rock bands. Reminded me a lot of them. Genesis, Pink Floyd, Dire Straits, Jeff Beck. I don't know what is their connection with all this, but it definitely seemed like someone else. It's not like the usual Tina Turner song I've heard. It looks like, sounds more British to me than American or anywhere else. For some reason. I could be completely wrong, but definitely the arrangement sounded more Pink Floydish or Dire Straits or one of those rock bands from there, rather than Tina Turner or something you would associate with her. But good song. It definitely gives you a peek into the life of a private dancer or dance bar girl. So these are people who are normally invisible.
I know, they don't
I mean,
exist
during the
in the
day,
society.
during the normal, you never think of these people. So, to hear a story like that in a song is good, because it gives you insight into invisible souls that are all over the world today, even on social media.
I know.
In fact, most people are invisible, even though they are on social media and have a strong presence. Social influencers, for example, most of them invisible. You may ask me what I mean. I'll have to talk to you till tomorrow morning to explain that to you. How they are invisible.
Mind
The
you, it's
more-
afternoon in Mumbai.
The more invisible they become, the more they are on social media, instead of being the other way around. That's it for this one. It was good to hear a song like this. Goodbye.